Hey, what's up, brother? What day is it today? Friday the 25th. It's a beautiful sunny day in Toronto. The weather's coming back together. I got 3 meetings this morning, one with our client Social Drop, and then after that we have a meeting with the KSM team. We're gonna be talking about a client Rethink Mining and reevaluating their strategy for the rest of the year using the data that we already have from this year. And then I have another meeting with one of our favorite clients, Rack and Roll. After the meeting with Rack and Roll, I have what's called an admin day with Santana and Brad. So we're gonna be working in the office. We do my calendar months in advance. So we're gonna be doing that today. And we're just gonna have a good time shooting some content, and the squad's gonna be coming through. It's a great day in Toronto, I'm blessed.
What we've learned most about the world of business and like what it takes to grow is that the strategy and the tactics are always changing. And like we've been working with this client for, I just checked, 39 months. Super proud of that on the marketing side. Like we don't lock our clients into contracts or anything like that. So really, really proud of the work we've done.
So I just finished meeting with Eden from Social Drop. We discussed his financial projections for the rest of the quarter and some key hires that he wanted to make. He's looking great. We're finally dialed with him. We've been working with him since September. So it took like 6-7 months for us to get into a groove. But now that we're in a groove, it's like a breath of fresh air. Let's go see Santana. Hello, Santana.
Hello.
This is a rare occurrence where Santana, who lives in another country called Calgary, is in Toronto, and we get to actually be with her in person. Santana, tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Santana. I'm Anthony's executive assistant. Fun fact, Calgary is in the same country as Toronto. Okay?
What?
And another fun fact is it's the sunniest place in Canada.
What?
Yes.
Except for when it's negative 30 degrees
No, it's still the sunniest place in Canada.
Okay, and you've been working with me now for...
3 years as of last weekend, actually.
That's a beautiful thing. What is your biggest takeaway of working here that you've had so far?
My biggest takeaway is you can never ask too many questions. Always ask why, because without that, you're going into meetings / anything you do blindly.
I love that. Thanks, Santana. I don't know what I could do without you. So this is Brad. We got Brad here. Sit down so you're not so tall. He's taller than me, so we're gonna level it out. So this is Brad. He started with us when?
Last Monday. So
Wow.
my second weekend.
Yeah. And so far, it's been going really great. I love working with you.
Been unreal. Yeah, couldn't be better, honestly.
So tell us who you are and what you do.
Brad Barclay. I'm the chief of staff here, so I kind of have a wide array of responsibilities. Operations, making sure all companies are working and operationally sound. Right now, I'm actually doing some business development, so focusing on finding some partners to help us with some acquisition deals that we're looking at doing. Then general office admin and work with Anthony. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. You been practicing that?
I haven't actually. I was kind of nervous.
That was good. And so what's been your biggest takeaway so far working at Liberty Horizons KSM?
Move with speed. Be efficient and effective in everything you do, and just get shit done.
That's what you got to do here. Yeah. Thanks, brother. Next is I'm joining a KSM meeting with the KSM team that's working on Rethink Mining. We're going to be reevaluating their strategy go forward because they've had some changes internally and pivots on their goals. So I'm going to jump in there. I oversee strategy at KSM, so I'm going to be leading that meeting, which I am currently 9 minutes late for. So I'll see you after this.
So 5 years from now, Anthony's like at a dinner with somebody and he's like, I created this like content machine. Big part of it was producing this day in the life. And it was really cool because I got to capture what
he does, how he gets through his day, who he talks to, who he mentors, how he helps his clients, how he solves problems.
But why the fuck does anyone care, Val?
Because people want to do what he does. They
Okay,
want to
there we go.
Yeah, they want to do what he does. They want to see how he can do so much in one day. Because there's other people out there who want to start their own companies, want to be entrepreneurs, want to be thought leaders in their own spaces.
Yeah.
So people look to other people who are doing it to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I get that. I'm happy you went there because for me, like that's what I think him and I talked about was like the idea of like young entrepreneurs, young people that want to get into business, the realities of that, the trade-offs, like what that actually entails. So showcasing that actual day in the life
It's
is.
research for those people. Not everyone's going to care.
And I love it because new hires always come and they're like, oh, I saw your vlogs.
They
Like,
do, but people do say that to him. That's
Yeah.
why it's valuable for him to do it for his niche, for his community, for his very specific audience. Like I wouldn't watch it because that's not.
and you work
I
here,
don't care.
and you're in it. And you're
Well,
in
that's
it.
the only reason why I would watch it. It's like not for me. I don't want to mess up my algorithm. I'm very happy with where my pages are at right now.
I don't know. Who can relate? I don't know.
One of the best things I ever learned when it comes to filming content is that you always want to press record before you say action. And when you say cut, you keep recording because the magic happens right before the actual interview or shot and after it's done.
Why do you think that is? Is it because people don't realize they're like being filmed, or it's like it's just more of a natural conversation?
Most people are their authentic self when they don't think that they're being recorded.
Right.
And authentic self is the best. It's like in physics, if you guys are any physics nerds here, you know that light is both a wave and a particle depending if you're looking at it or not. And they've done a test where it's like, if someone's observing a photon, it's a wave. And if they're not observing it, it's a particle. So I think the laws of physics apply to both the human psyche, that if you're being watched by a camera, you completely act differently than if you don't watch from a camera. That might be massive bro science, but also I think it's true. Okay, so we're wrapping the week right now with what we call an admin day. When running a company, a lot of entrepreneurs, they put aside all the administrative functions that go into making sure that when you're executing, there's ample planning that is done so that you can execute at the highest level. So here I have Santana. She's my executive assistant. She's been with me for 3 years now. We have Brad, who's acting as our chief of staff right now. He helps with day-to-day operations and business development. And then we have Nikita, who's also an associate, admin associate for the practice. So the four of us all work together on essentially running the company. And yes, it's a 4-person job. So what a lot of entrepreneurs do is they just execute. Many entrepreneurs, they execute with very little planning. Maybe they spend an hour a week planning on what they're gonna do the following week. So every once in a while, once a month, we do this full admin day. We're gonna be spending about 3 hours in here. And what we do is we plan the quarter in advance. So Santana has all of our goals for the quarter of where we wanna be by the end of June. And we're gonna literally work back schedule that to what we need to do this week, next month. And then we'll actually review that in our calendar to say, is Anthony spending his time in the best way that he can possibly spend it? We're also gonna look at what my current commitments are, and we're gonna try and shave off 20 to 30% of commitments, because focus is elimination. So in eliminating the things that I've said yes to, we'll be able to protect my energy and time in focusing on reaching our biggest rocks or goals for the quarter.
Like, we can't stress enough about, if you have priorities, how can we manage your time to ensure those priorities get met? So every week we'll go through, every week there's evolving priorities within the organization. So being able to adapt quickly so that we're not last minute scrambling to get it into your calendar. So planning ahead just to be effective within the company and your time.
I always tell the team that my time is to the company, like from a revenue standpoint, my time is about $40,000 to $50,000 a month, which is about, let's just call it $500,000 a year. So if we're off by 10%, so you have 40 hours a week, right? If we misuse my time by just 4 hours a week, that's $50,000 to the year. And that's on the low end, I'm $500,000. Arguably, between both companies, my time affects the company's swing by $1 million a year. So if on the high end, it's $1 million on the year, on a low end, it's $500,000 a year. If I'm off by 10%, just 4 hours a week, then that impacts the business by $50,000 to $100,000 a year. And that's why it's so important that this whole team right here focuses on, how do we make Anthony not just like not off by 10%, but 10% more effective, because then that would make the company an extra $100,000 a year. And that's why I care so much about my time and how we use it, because it literally swings the company by massive amounts. And we're not even a big company. Imagine if we were a bigger company, how important an entrepreneur's time would be. It's exponential. Every single 1% that they have towards effectiveness of that person's time. So I have my my therapy pillow, and the whole squad's in here. We're about to dial in, get through admin day so that the company is super organized, and then we're going to wrap for the week. I'd say it was a pretty strong week, and we are going to go enjoy the weekend because we earned it, and then we're going to do it all over again next week. It's not about the end goal or the journey, but the company you keep along the way, and we got some great people in this room here right now, so I appreciate all of you. That's a wrap.